Index, A History of the by Dennis Duncan. A bookish adventure from medieval manuscripts to the digital age. This is one of those rare books that I got exclusively because I thought the title was very clever. If you're writing about a book about an index, you really can't do any better than that. And I was pleased to see that the whole book had that same sort of dry sense of humor throughout it. There are so many things that we take for granted about an index when we look at a nonfiction book today. Like, of course, if it's nonfiction, it's going to have an index at the end, and it's going to be alphabetical by category. It's going to have page numbers. But none of these things were obvious a few hundred years ago. It's been evolving since antiquity, more so in the last few hundred years, of course. But there have been societies, indexing societies, getting together to talk about best indexing methods, and a whole lot of other nerdy little things like that. It's funny to think that the index used to be frowned upon, much like English teachers frown on students reading the spark notes of a literary classic instead of actually reading the classic. It's like you're cheating if you have an index, which I don't think anyone's saying that now. But the story of the index is quite interesting. Leading all the way up to today, we say that we are searching the internet when we put something into Google, but we're actually searching Google's index of the internet. This is getting to a fascinating principle because the index sorts and categorizes information, which I think is the exact difference between an educated mind and an uneducated mind. Like it's the essence of intelligence to have knowledge sorted into categories in a relational database, as it were. It's like in this book, they quoted someone from, I think, the 1700s saying that once you understand the index, you've got the subject in its entirety, which I think is a good point, though it's funny to picture someone actually reading the index from beginning to end. Anyway, fun read, and I will never look at an index the same way again. So I give this book 3.5 stars. If you have any other index related recommendations, leave them in the comments below.